Hi, very good morning and welcome back actually. This is Markets and Macro on CNBC TV18. I'm Ekta Batra and with me is Anand Singhal. Well, it's turning out to be a little bit of a positive bias that we're trading with. It's not a runaway rally for the Nifty. We're protecting 60-50 at this point in time. But if you look at us as compared to our Asian peers, it's not as much fervor that we're seeing for the Nifty at this point. So for example, we have the Nikkei, which is up around 2%. We have other markets such as the Hang Seng gaining around 0.8% as well. But comparatively, it seems as though India is a tad bit of an underperformer. Anuj, I'm going to pose that question to you firstly. Morning. It seems as though, the initial gap up that we saw, we're not able to build on our gains, and there's a relative underperformance as compared to Asia.
Morning, Ekta. And that's the point. For the texture of the market, if the market is buy on dips, every dip should be, actually a buying opportunity. And in that case, the Nifty should close above the gap that was created in the morning, 6,080. You'll remember when the market was going down, the Nifty was closing below the gap down, in the morning. So traders were making money even on intraday shorts. Now, for someone who has taken long when the Nifty started at 6,080, the trader is sitting on losses right now, about 20-point losses, because we had started 6,080. So it becomes imperative for the Nifty to actually close above 6080 if you're a bull. And all that basically means, Ekta, that while we are consolidating, it's again all about mid caps and non-index large caps, because today also the mid cap index is higher. For the Nifty now, you have supported 59.75, but something that we've been maintaining now. If you take a look at the Nifty Junior since the start of this series, Ekta, the Nifty Junior has outperformed the mid cap by 3%. That's massive outperformance. Individual stocks, not really your rank mid caps. Stocks like Aban, stocks like Power Finance, which are decent market cap stocks. They are doing well at this point in time. Tech Mahindra is a case in point. These are stocks which are not Nifty stocks, but not mid cap stocks as well. And I think that story is going to continue till the time Nifty finds its feet. The two markets clearly, the 200-day moving average on the way down and 6100 on the way up.
Okay, and it is a lot of emphasis in the broader markets today because barring Tata Power, which is coming out from the Nifty space in terms of numbers, we have a lot of focus on the broader markets. So we have Reliance Communication, Reliance Capital, Sun TV, Strides, United Bank, Manappuram, General Finance, Jain Irrigation, Cadilla, Godrej, Andhra Bank, all of these which are coming out with numbers indicating that maybe the result reactions are going to dominate the broader markets for the rest of the trading session. But let's apprise you of what's taking place globally this morning. Asia, barring Shanghai, trades higher, taking cues from the positive close from the US. China's HSBC Services PMI data for January was subdued, coming in at 50.7 versus 50.9 month-on-month. US markets continued their recovery from Monday's drop, reacting to economic data that was better than expected. The jobless claims fell 20,000 to 331,000 versus expectations of 3,000, or rather 3.35 lakh. European markets closed higher. Both the central banks, the ECB and the Bank of England, kept rates unchanged. Commodities saw gold gain and it is set for the 6th weekly gain out of 7. Crude inched up with NYMEX at 98 and Brent at 107. Asian currencies trade mixed against the US dollar ahead of the crucial non-farm payrolls data from the US. The Korean won, the Taiwanese dollar and the Philippine peso rose as risk appetite improved globally. And back home then, the Indian rupee gains on better risk appetite, while bonds are mostly unchanged, cautious ahead of the 10,000 crore auction today, which will be the last of this fiscal. Let's also tell you what we have lined up for the first hour of Markets and Macro. First up, Market Talk with Amisha Vora, PLL. Next, Manish Seth, CFO GSPL, will take us through the fine print of their earnings. And later on, Vinayak Chatterjee, Chairman Feedback Infra, will join in to chat about the slowdown in the capital goods space.
All right, Amisha Vora now joins in, Joint MD at Prabhudas, Lilladher. Amisha, hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Do you think the worst is over for the market? That really is the first question. Or do you think it's still going to be all about, looking at how the Dow is doing, how the emerging markets are doing, and then taking a call every morning?
No, I think that, the emerging market pull out of money by ETFs or the global investor, which happened, also was triggered not only by tapering, but also by some of the few events which happened, say in Argentina or Turkey or whatever. So that was not more from the tapering point of view. So tapering, I think markets have gradually adjusted. So I feel that this will not be a very continuous trend that emerging market money will keep getting pulled out in such a vigorous way. So to start with, I feel that maybe some little more volatility, not impossible, but nothing much to worry about, and maybe closer to 5,850, 5,900. Possibly the correction should get over or somewhere around here, and we should remain in that range of 5,800 to 6,300 for a while.
Okay. Amisha, thanks for joining in today. Wanted to ask you about Ambuja and ACC. Between the two, which one did you like in terms of earnings, or what would your call be on both of the cement stocks?
So apart from which one we liked based on earnings, where Ambuja always has a better efficiency and better margins, we feel that in terms of valuations in particular, ACC trades closer to $85 per ton, while replacement costs are now closer to $130 per ton. So the slowdown and the slightly lackluster prices and the very low EBITDA per ton of closer to 450, 500 may continue for a quarter or so, but these are still net cash generating companies. So particularly ACC, we think that with investors with little patience, it will be a very good time to accumulate.
Amisha, the stock of the day today has been Tata Steel, up 4% now. It had a decent correction. Do you think the correction is over now, and is it a good buy now?
We don't have a very aggressive view on Tata Steel at the moment, frankly. And we also feel that there is nothing very substantial which is happening which can give a very big push to the earnings, apart from the fact that compared to last quarter and last year's same quarter, the European facility is doing slightly better. So we think that yes, it will do well, but nothing extraordinary, both in terms of numbers and probably in terms of price performance also. That's our house view.
Okay. Amisha, did you manage looking at Aurobindo Pharma's numbers? That stock is up 5-odd%. Do you think it's set for more after the strong run that we've seen even in 2014? The stock, for example, is up 30%.
I think Aurobindo Pharma numbers, yes, I have seen, and numbers are really excellent. But they do comprise a good portion of almost 30-35 million of the new first to file kind of a drug which they launched in US for this quarter. So, you know, almost $20-25 million kind of a profit is probably a one-time profit which cannot sustain. Something in this quarter will also come, but not to this extent. So I think this is, in terms of the quarterly profits, a very good base, but one should remain cautious that this may or may not be a little sustainable. Coming back to the broader numbers and the direction that the stock has, I feel even in one quarter the stock has more than doubled from 250, 260 levels last quarterly results to almost 500, 525. So the speed has been just too good. But from a one-year perspective, we still have a target of somewhere close to 625, 650. So what I'm trying to say here is that the speed of appreciation has been just too fast. From here on, I feel a stage of little consolidation will continue, and over a medium to long term, I feel the appreciation of 20, 25, 30% per annum is still possible.
Amisha, what's the call on Maruti now? It was quite volatile. Are you convinced by the story that Suzuki is telling, and would you be a buyer of the stock?
No, frankly, I am not completely convinced by the story that they are saying, and there is a gap which at least we have not been able to figure out, that the statement that, you know, all the fresh investments, they will keep only that much profit which will be required to grow the capacity in the new Gujarat plant, which will be 100% owned. So there is little vagueness in whatever that they are saying. So in the medium to long term, we are not quite optimistic, but we do feel that this consumption cycle, as and when recovers, Maruti will participate a big time into it because of its product launches.
Amisha, what are you making of the entire power situation? We have that Supreme Court hearing on, you know, the DISCOMs versus NTPC today. In that entire context, how would you trade maybe something like an NTPC?
particularly in NTPC, the current rate at which it is going closer to whatever, between 125 and 130, we think that a lot of pessimism or pressure has been built in. I would not be exactly updated in terms of the Supreme Court angle into it, but at these rates we are becoming slightly optimistic on NTPC.
Okay. Amisha, what about the telecom space? The spectrum auctions are the ones which are in focus this entire week. Within the spectrum, within the entire telecom space, which one would you be most sanguine on?
So particularly from telecom auction point of view, the first, I think some of the positives is, of course, the fisc support that it will generate for this year because of the money that will come. Number two, all the policy uncertainties are coming to an end with this. Post this auction, there will be set number of players with their spectrum capacity. So one will be a lot more clear about all the policy uncertainty. But still I feel that in the short term, this will be an extra cost on the P&Ls of the companies. So we continue to maintain our pre-auction view that Idea probably is a better bet than Bharti.
Okay, Idea is a better bet than Bharti, and currently Idea is down around 3% odd. Remember, telecom is in focus because Reliance Communication will be coming out with its numbers as well today. So that other stock should come up for you and will be in focus today. Thanks, Amisha, for joining in and taking us through all the perspective and stocks as well. But focusing back on the markets, or rather at this point, we'll take a break. But do remember, for more on the markets or any other big story, as always in business or economy, reported on CNBC TV18, you can always log on to moneycontrol.com and get all of the details whenever you like. We'll take a break. Joining us next is Manish Seth, the CFO of GSPL, to outline